It's that time of year where we're all looking to organize our home. But what if I told you you could do that and help others in the process? Well, my guest today is going to help us do just that. Kristy Edwards from Neatly Balanced. Welcome to the Sami Cone Show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Well, I'm really excited. You have helped me in my home, and you have a really unique way of helping others not only get organized, but really giving back. And we'll get to that in a second.
Yes.
But can you give us just some real straightforward tips that people can do today to get their homes, offices, kitchens more organized?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I always say start with velvet hangers. Most everybody has these white plastic hangers or even the metal ones that you get from a dry cleaners. Invest in velvet hangers. It keeps things from slipping. It keeps things on there, and you can also get over 30% more storage in your closet.
Can you hold up one of like side by side of like the plastic, and because that
we all need more storage.
Yeah, that's a drastic difference, and I agree. Like you can get those at Costco.
Yes.
Like it's just a great. And while you're holding hangers,
yes,
you have another tip for what to do in your closet with those.
I tell my clients every January 1st, celebrate New Year's by taking 5 to 10 minutes and turn all of your hangers backwards. So normally your hangers are in your closet like this. I say take every single thing out, turn them around and hang them this way, and then when you wear the item, turn it back and hang it the correct way.
Gotcha.
At the end of the year, anything that's hanging backwards, you realize you haven't worn, and it's an easy way to purge out what you're not wearing.
So you have that visual then of what you've worn, what you haven't worn. What about in terms of like seasonal hanging? That's something that I always wonder too. Like, should we have like take all the sweaters out after winter, or what's the tip for that?
It depends on your storage space. I mean, I do because I don't have a huge closet.
Okay.
And I usually fold them and put them on the top shelf so that they're visible for when I do need them, but they're not in the way. Certainly if you have the space in your closet, you don't have to do that, but I want your closet if you have that much space.
That's a whole nother level. And speaking of closets, I know we're focusing on this because I think you also talk about like small spaces are a great place to start. So we talk about kind of going clear, but this, I mean, this comes in our boxes from Amazon. What are we doing with this?
Everybody gets too many of these in your packages, but most people just throw them away. I say hold on to them because they're great to stuff inside your purses when your purses are not being carried and are on your shelf taking up space. It keeps them from getting flattened and losing their shape. They're also great to put inside your tall boots. Keeps your boots tall.
That's such a good idea.
And it also helps them not slouch and lose their shape as well.
I struggle with that too. I've heard like pool noodles. You can cut up pool noodles, or
you can, but sometimes they get flaky and they start to peel off.
That's a good point.
These are great.
Well, and then we've got this clear bin here.
Yes.
What's the importance of the clear?
I always try to encourage my clients to not need storage bins at all because you're trying to move out things you're not utilizing.
Right.
But for those things that you have to store, always get clear bins. That helps you be able to see what's inside of them so that you don't have to pull every single thing out. You can look at the bin. You can even put tape on the back side of it showing what's in it. It's just much easier to be able to see what's inside by using clear.
And why do you recommend pulling everything out of the closet? That seems kind of scary. And
it does.
We did that, full disclosure. You helped me with my home office, and I think at first I was really excited, and then I think there was a moment you had to be like, Sami, are you okay?
Just breathe.
Just breathe.
Yeah, it can be a little overwhelming, but it helps you see everything that sometimes can get tucked in those nooks and crannies and hidden spaces that you've totally forgotten you even have. So pull everything out, then you can see what you want to keep.
Which I did, and it's almost like going shopping in your own closet. It's like, oh, I forgot that I got that.
I always say Merry Christmas.
Yes, totally was. Okay, we've got the kids' books here because you say to get the kids involved. What's your quick tip for that?
Yeah, I always say the sooner you can get kids involved in giving back and helping those less fortunate, the better. Start them out on the right path. I always say by their age. So if you're 4, have your kid pick 4 books, 4 stuffed animals, or 4 articles of clothing they don't wear, don't like, don't read, don't play with, and start there. If your kid's 7, have them pick 7 items.
Okay. And then is it replacing, you know, how do we encourage them? Because sometimes when you say it's scary just to get rid of something, right?
Well, I always try to put it on an elementary scale, but explain to them, you know, there are some kids that don't have any toys at all, or don't have any books at all, or don't have, you know, the pants that they need when it's winter, or the shorts they need when it's summer. So again, just kind of encouraging them to get rid of things they're not using anyway and help kids that don't have what they need.
Speaking of helping those that don't need, one of the things that drew me to you was why you started doing this in the first place, and that really was to help others. I think so many of us are used to the, like, you know, throw everything in a bag and take it to Goodwill, which is fine, but you have a special way that you help actually make use of the things we don't need anymore. Tell us about that.
Well, I've spent the past 10 years partnering with multiple organizations around Greater Nashville that are actually doing hand-to-hand help for those who need it most. So these are organizations I've gone in and volunteered at, worked with, taken my own things to. And I like the idea of them helping the others with free items, not necessarily having to charge for the items people are coming to buy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. And there's a special yard sale that's coming
There
up
is.
too.
I work very closely with Nashville Anti-Human Trafficking Coalition. I personally have been affected by trafficking in my family, and it's a huge part of my heart in giving back. And so I'm helping co-coordinate a sale with them that's going to be next Friday and Saturday, April 21st and 22nd. And all proceeds are going to NAHT to help provide help for all the women that they help get off the streets and save from human trafficking.
That's awesome. And you're doing the porch pickups.
Yes.
About that, we've got just a few seconds
Yeah,
left.
I've
but
waived my fee, which is normally $20 per pickup. I'm waiving all the fees for March and April, and all donations are going to the sale.
It's incredible. Yeah, she will literally pick everything up from your porch, take it to those donations, give the itemized receipts so you don't have to. Such a worthy cause. Thank you for telling us about it.
Thank
Make sure you follow
you.
Kristy at Neatly Balanced for more information, how you can participate and give back to those in need.